You remember the Von Falken background stories about how kind of a child Von was? Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with Escaflowne, the movie. We have finished the series. I haven't really written down any notes or anything since the last episode, because I feel like nothing I've said during that final episode has really changed. No opinion, no informational fact given, right? There's also the element that there's sort of a implied time skip. Well, not even implied. There's clearly a time skip happens at the end there. So it would be kind of impossible to say who's dead or alive, given we don't know what happens during said time skip, other than the people we saw there at the end. So, I mean, I feel like I'm just making excuses right now. I just don't have anything to show there for the end. Granted, I do think we're going to come back after the movie for one last episode, which is character ranking and whatnot. So I guess keep a lookout on the Discord or in the posts area for a link to that if you want to participate. And I apologize to those of you living in the future who weren't paying attention when this was coming out. I guess another thing, I apologize if any of this down here looks a bit wonky. Of course, the show Escaflowne is a more of a square format show. So when I had the overlay art commissioned, it was commissioned in a square format. And I've kind of had to figure out how to jury rig the overlay to do wider screen, as it was not designed to be. Something that's happened to me twice now in like 2 days. Just the other day, we were recording, me and Lessons were recording the Gundam Wing 30th anniversary thing. Gundam Wing is also a square format show, and had to jury rig that in the editing process. So, it is what it is. That said, though, I don't know anything about the movie. Part of me wants to believe it's going to be a compilation of what we've already seen. The other part of me wants to guess that it might be like the Magic Knight Rayearth OVAs, which would say its own thing, telling its own story. Really, there's only one way to find out, and we're about to do that. Otherwise, yeah, like I said, I got no anticipation. I don't know what's going to happen. My hope going into it is that they're going to improve upon the story that was given in the show. Like I said, the show's pacing kind of felt weird to me. Like, overall, the narrative was good. Like, I get emotionally invested in the characters. It just, I didn't like where the characters ended up. And, like I said last time, the Drayden arc goes nowhere. Disappointing. The fact she fucking goes home at the end is the same thing I hated about Rayearth, the show. Yeah, if they can just, like, stick the pacing and come up with a better ending, and, like, another quibble I had with the show is that the, like, last 3 episodes really feel like they rushed their way to the end. If they can fix that too, could be perfect. So, that said, I guess I'm going to stop rambling here. We're going to hop on in, and we're going to see what we get from Escaflowne, the movie.
But before we get started,
Make sure that you hit the like button.
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Escaflowne Partners. I guess I can also hope we might get the opening theme again. I don't know if we would for a movie, but I already kind of miss not having it. I already feel like this is more visually crisp than the show was. To be fair, there was that quarry in that one episode where they were mining the shit, I can't remember what it's called Energon. The dragon energy crystals. Is that the Mystic Moon or is that the regular moon?
高度が下がっています。期間は異常はありません。荷が重いのか。いえ、そんなはずはない。
Is this gonna be a Zybok ship?
あの鎧が生き返るとでも言うのか。
Wow, they're really changing a lot up here. If that is in fact what it is. Because it also kind of reminds me of one of the Allied nation ships. That's Vaughn. He certainly isn't hiding. Could be Falcon, though. If that's a Zybok ship, that could be Falcon. No. And he's dead. Wow. They were pretty hardcore. Oh, Escaflowne. Oh, is the impetus that, like, Zybok stole Escaflowne? Okay, not Zybok. It is some other nation. Nope, never mind. It is Zybok. I'm always wrong in the moment. This is fucking badass. He's dead, Vaughn. He's dead. It's like a feral wolf boy version of Vaughn. You remember the Von Vulcan background stories about how kind of a child Vaughn was? This one's like John Wick with a sword.
貴様があの噂の竜とはな。敵はすべて殺す。
Fuck, man. Just making Vaughn a badass from the beginning. See, by the looks of it, I thought maybe this was like Alan's ship. Okay, there's that chanting. We haven't gotten rid of the chanting yet, at the very least. Oh, title card drop. No feather, though. Sorry, just looking at my overlay. There's no feather in this overlay either. Milk. Is that a child Hitome, or is that just some innocent girl? like the backpack. Backpack's cute. I have no fucking idea what's going on. That feels like the otherworldly thing that they did in Ray Earth, too. I guess implying that Hitomi was contacted before as a child. I guess also implying that that was Vaughn from the past. Back then, I mean, not the vision of the person she saw. So the only time we've ever seen Hitomi's dad. What if we're actually going to see her little brother? We've heard his voice in the show. He would have been Jokerish with the lipstick, I feel like.
子供の頃のね。
ああ、昔聞いたあれね。ちっちゃい頃東京駅で見たやつでしょ。
不思議な服のお兄さん。
白昼夢
I suppose it would really suck if she just saw a guy in strange clothing. Wasn't mystical at all, just some guy.
男でも作ったら瞳。はあ。暇してるからそんな夢見るんだよ。たまには部室にでも寄ったら？
いけないよ。
なんでさ。
I wonder if we are gonna pull the track thing. Oh, what?
後輩たち会いたがってたよ。
I was gonna say about her falling in love with the... What's his name? Asano? The track guy.
いいもん。バカだもん。
何それ？
何が？
なんだ、私当てじゃん。ダメ。何慌ててんのよ。
返してよ。それ失敗作なの。
だって私当てでしょ。
返してよ。ゆかり。
やだったら。じゃーん。内田ゆかり様へ。私死にますさようならゆかり。
Wait, a suicide note.
なんじゃそれ。文才なし、ボキャブラリーもなし。
ほっといてよ。
そんな遺言で死なないでよ。友達として恥ずかしいから。
わかってる。どうせ私にそんな勇気ない。
Not a lot of...
死ぬんだったら一言言って。
Not a lot of thought about mental health, I guess.
死んでやるから。
いいよ別に。このまま年取っておばあちゃんになって死ぬ時が来るまで生きてるよ。
I should say, not a lot of care towards mental health.
約束覚えてる？
そっか。じゃあモーニングコールよろしく。
あんたさ、最近いつも学校で寝てるじゃない？なんで朝起きられないの？夜遊びでもしてんでしょ。
違うよ。ただいつも眠いの。
Feel that.
本当に眠いの。私変かな。どうしてかな。なんだか疲れてんのかな。みんな元気だよね。私はダメだよ。
Oh man, this is a real mental health thing.
間にそのまま
Depression can also be filled by bouts of fatigue
私は消えるの。でも
and,
何も変わらない。
suicidal thoughts.
私が消えても
If you need help,
何も変わら
talk
な
to
い。
somebody. I've been there. Most of us have been there. It's not strange. You don't need to feel awkward. Just talk when you need help. Seriously. It's not a joke. I'm not doing a thing here. This isn't a bit.
やだね。事故だって。
しょうがないよ。
Well, I guess it answers the question if they're gonna pull that storyline. If that track guy just doesn't exist.
呼んでる。
Now that there's no tie-in that she falls for Alan because Alan looks like that guy.
私マネージャーなんだよ。先生にちゃんと理由話さないとダメだし。
いいよ、私のことなんか。
瞳。
鬱陶しいよ。ほっといてよ、私のこと。構わないで。
そっか。
嫌なやつ。
私寄るところあるから。じゃあまた明日学校でね。
See, and if they also pull that thing where she goes back and relives this day,
消えちゃえよ。
she can then recognize, hey, I was a real asshole to my best friend.
消えちゃえよ。誰か私を。
And make it right, and then go back like she
そ
did.
う。すべて消え去ればいい。
Fulkin? Has to be Fulkin, right?
悲しきこの世界をすべてを消し去る。思いを共にする者。彼方より彼の地へ我と共に選ばれし者よ。
私のこと。
I guess he's gonna have to look at a different plot, because I can't, like...
翼の神なり汝は彼の地にて
I was gonna say, I couldn't imagine why Fulkin would bring her to the world.
我らが世界ガイアへ
But he's invoking prophecy, so... Also, calling her the Wind Goddess just has me thinking of Macross Delta and the Wind Singer. So interesting thing, he's got like a normal eye and some weird eye.
地球。これは夢？それとも幻？そう。これは私の思いを叶えた現実。
Kind of like a Stargate teleport, where the teleportation surface feels like it's a watery thing. Scary as shit, though. Or is it going to be like Gaia is on the dark side of the moon, and that's what the dark side of the moon looks like? You know, giant eyeball.
幻の月、噂にたがわぬ美しさ。
It's that's our mole man.
災いの前兆ばかり現れる。
役者は出揃ったかな。
Alan? Who the... Malerna? Can't be Malerna. I mean, maybe Alan's not a Knight of Astoria in this. Yeah, that would be even scarier.
竜の鎧がよみがえる。
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's all rock and hollow on the inside, then water could have gotten inside somehow. And not leaked out, I guess. They really wanted to do those upskirt shots. Escaflowne's got worms. Oh, is this forming the sword? No, Kate, I was completely wrong. Yep, got it right. Malerna.
私の占い通りでしょ。打賃は弾んでくださいよ。
あ
期待
Is
して
Alan
ま
gonna be
す
some sort of
あ団
pirate?
長本当にいいんですねバーンなら心配はいらない奴を買いかぶりすぎなんじゃないです
And
か
already knows Vaughn. Hi, Merle. It's like they're highly updated looks, but at the same time also different. Also odd that the Escaflowne is just like operating on its own. I'm guessing that was Fanilia. Or the ruins of Fanilia already. Yeah, it does have the look of where Fulkin brought Vaughn in like episode 20 or something like that. Didn't he tie his sword up to the steering wheel? Or I guess it was one of their swords. I do love the Gregorian chanting. It's a great part of the OST. It's also crazy Escaflowne is operating on its own without previous connection to Vaughn, like we had the story.
どうなってんのよ。誰か助けて。あなたは誰？
お前はあなたは翼の神なのか
Some guy on the football field told me that.
翼？何のこと？
我は竜族の末裔名はバーン翼の神たるあなたの意志をこのガイアに導く命はこの我に
Oh, and this were the clan, not the dragon clan, instead of just dragons.
あなたの意志に背く者すべてを
消えちゃえよ。
What a weird way to get Vaughn attached to Hitomi from the get-go.
ここは
エスカフローネ
Plus, he didn't have to kill the dragon.
どうした何が起こってる
Well, that was short-lived. Escaflowne's gone. Story over.
エスカフローネが消えた
ここはどこなの？
I guess the sun's setting, since it's been daytime this whole time, hasn't it? Oh, her pendant is now the Escaflowne.
何これ。
お前か。お前が消したのか。
何のこと。
Well, how fickle Vaughn is,
違
right?
うのか。
I'll serve you no matter what. I'll kill
竜の
you.
鎧の中に潜んでいた。答えろ。
ちゃんと答えなよ瞳。
そうか。貴様、黒竜族の忍びか。
Oh, are we gonna do Falcon's black wings or a different clan's wings?
待て、バン。あれ、邪魔をするな。その女、殺すことはない。こいつが竜の鎧を消した。それはどうか。生かしておけば使いようもある。それに、私は女の血を見たくはない。
Okay, Alan's a bit of Dryden this time.
俺の邪魔をする者は殺す。試してみろ。
何してるの。あの人、何やってるのよ。
Fighting, Hitome. They're fighting. Got a real, Guts / Griffith, thing going on here.
バン、そのくらいにしとけ。
Well, this guy got guts all of a sudden.
お前は死んでるぜ。
ガデス、大人げないよ。ナイフを使うなんて。
急所は外してんだろうがよ。
当たり前だろ。
I don't remember him doing much but piloting and telling the other subordinates what to do.
リレー、ちょっと降りてこい。やだんだ、冗談すよ。おい、あれ女じゃねえか。女？本当だ。髪が短いから男かと思ったぜ。バーンのやつさらってきたのかよ。
It definitely feels more like a pirate group than it does a knight's entourage.
ガイアを新たなる世界にお導きになるお方じゃ。ありがたいありがたい。無理。インチキ占い師。
I was he a fortune teller this time instead of a thief?
あの子なの？
多分な。
あの子が翼の神。私たちと変わらないわね。見た目は。ねえ、バン。
もっと。いつでも相手してやるぜ、バーン。
Oh, you know you would lose.
バン様をいじめるな。
Which is a lot much more blatant. Hey, at least this time she's wearing underwear.
血が出てる。くそー、いつもバン様ばっかり危ないことやらしやがって。いつか毒持ってやるからな。
I feel like this is the mirror universe of all of these people.
心配めさるな、翼の神よ。
Like Dornkirk and Falcon are going to be the good guys.
天からの旅、お疲れでしょう。我らのキャラバンでおくつろぎください。我らに竜の力と翼の安息を。さあ、我らと共に。
For some people that works. When in doubt, faint.
お前なのかディウン。愚かしいやつ。だから貴様に証は現れなかったのだ。バーンはこの手で殺しますよ。
Dune.
父上。
Was Dune the new Falcon? No, because the other guy looked like Falcon. That's got to be their mother. By the way, again, I apologize. You're probably already annoyed if you were annoyed to begin with. This is exactly the same way I reacted to the Ray Earth OVAs, picking it apart and trying to figure it out. So their mother, I'm guessing this is Dornkirk. Falcon?
フォルケン様。
Yeah, there we go. Who's Dune? Is Dune gonna be Delandu?
翼の神は舞い降りたか。
はい。すでにもう一人の竜のもとへ。
もう一人の竜。
So I'm gonna guess we've replaced Dornkirk with Falcon. Dune is actually gonna be related to Vaughn. Why would you even wear the robes?
奴のもとへ翼の神は現れたのか。
竜の鎧の鼓動は感じることができません。
そうか。竜と翼の神が共鳴しなければ、竜の鎧に命はや。
True to the series so far.
我たちは唯一、翼の神と共鳴しうるのだ。
I'm gonna do the Alan Hitomi storyline, but Falcon in Hitomi?
あなた自身さえ。
構わん。それこそ我が思い。
Wow, certainly does not look like the Falcon we knew. I, in fact, prefer the other Falcon to this guy. Appearance-wise. I have no idea, personality-wise. Never knew I'd be so attached to his prison tattoo.
Sarasの王が命乞いのため死者を。我ら黒竜族に奴隷はいらん。宗師フォルケン様からのご指示通り、すべて焼き払い消し去れ。
Okay, so he's also not like a strategos either.
国攻めのために何の関わりもない獣人の村を焼く。そして殺す。
Is that our Dune guy? Nope, that is, Jacobos? Jacobos? The Delandu, Beastman person. The one that takes care of Delandu Celeste.
死んじゃったんじゃないかって心配しちゃったよ。あんたにはまだ死なれちゃ困るからね。
Remember when she knew everything about medicine?
こんなの夢よ。夢に決まってる。みんな夢なんだから目が覚めればいいんだもの。
Because that's what you do to people who are hysterical.
そう。じゃあ夢じゃないよ。ちょっとおいで。
やだ、やめて。ごめんなさい。いやー。
It's gonna be funny if the moon explodes in this movie, considering it's the thing I kept thinking was gonna happen due to Hitomi's vision in the show.
どう？お日様浴びたら目が覚めたでしょ？
はい。
しばらくここにいてもらうよ。あんたが本物の翼の神かどうかわかるまでね。
I guess we're also gonna get rid of the Alan's dad subplot. Because Alan's dad meeting Hitomi's grandmother is how she got the pendant to begin with in the show.
とりあえず、あんたの名前は聞いとこうかな。
はい。ひとみです。神崎ひとみです。
ひとみ。かわいい響きね。いい名前だよ。私はミラナ。私たちはこのガイアでアバハラキと呼ばれてる。黒竜に滅ぼされた国の生き残りばかり。
Okay, I guess in this world Astoria has already been destroyed.
戦う？
エスカフローネは戦いの神。私たちの
I
力。
guess she's also a lot less backbitey now that she has no nation.
フレイドの語り部が教えてくれたわ。エスカフローネは幻の月より来たる翼の神が蘇らせる。
The Bard of Freed?
そのエスカフローネからあなたは現れた。
That's not somebody we knew from the last time.
私わからない。ごめんなさい。私本当に何もわからないんです。ごめんなさい。
お腹減ってんでしょ。大したものないけど、なんか食べる？
いえ、そんな。
遠慮はいらないよ。
でも、もしよかったら。
何？
お水もらえます？喉乾いちゃったので。
So I'm guessing if all the nations have been destroyed, then there can't be really a Dryden either, right?
もうちょいマシなもんでも食わしてほしいもんだよな。俺は先の方がいい。お頭は本当に信じてんのか？さあな。キヨ、おめはどう思う？
I mean, it gives them impetus for them trying to see if she can see the future.
そりゃそうだ。なんだよ。
Though she doesn't have her bag with her like last time. So I don't suspect that she has her tarot cards either.
そんなに変かしら、私。
Not reminiscent of when she was wandering around Finalia.
あの子、この世界の人って感じはしないわ。
もし本物だったら黒竜族の奴ら来るぜ。
奴らに翼の神を渡すわけにはいかない。バン、お前が守れ。
You know, as you already offered to do.
怖いのか？彼女が翼の神なら必ず竜の鎧は再び現れる。伝説の通りならばエスカフローネは血を求める。竜族の血を。竜族最後の王バン、お前の血だ。
迷っちゃったな。
Don't know what the Dragon Clan kings are. I guess maybe that's implying that Finalia wasn't a
どう
thing.
しよう。
And he is just like feral kid. No. There was a kingly chamber or whatever.
何これ。こんにちは。お水もらいに来たんですけど。
水？水が飲みたきゃ普通厨房に行くんじゃないの？
だってよくわかんなくて。
Alright, back to as many butt shots of Merle, I guess, as we can possibly fit in.
あんたに言われたくないけど。
あんた本物？
なんだ？
The horse gonna bite her?
ほら。翼の神ってことよ。
知らない。
あんたのことでしょ？
私、ここがどこかってこともわかんないのよ。
バカじゃないの？
なんか
Okay, I guess the horse is only freaked out about her. I thought Merle was gonna get her tail bit.
ああ、モグラ！なんでいいんだよ。
お嬢さん方のお声は小鳥のさえずりのようで華やかな気分になります。
For Mole guy, is still essentially the same.
お嬢さん、良い石の香りがしますね。
石？ああ。これ？
I'm sorry, her pockets are where?
美しい石ですな。その石を粗末に扱っちゃいけません。ちょいと私に。
You should take care of it. Give it to me. Okay, so he's the one that turns into a
見かけに
necklace.
よらず器用なんだ。
口もうまいよね。イカサマ占い師だもん。
お二人ともひどいですな。
You know, somebody turned that into a gif. Merle saying Mole Man's good with his mouth, too.
どうもありがとう。
お題をくれなまし。
こんなところで商売すんなよ。
So instead of something being passed down by her grandmother, after having been in contact with Alan's father, it's just something she got and the mole man turned into a necklace.
バーン様が小さかった頃、お国は黒竜族に滅ぼされたの。
じゃあここの人たちとは？だって一緒に戦ってるんでしょ？
戦場で出会って、それから一緒にいるけど。
仲間なんでしょ？
違うよ。バーン様は。
I mean, it answers the question about Finelli at the very least.
一人で戦ってんだ。
変だよ、そんなの。
バーン様は王となるはず
Hey,
の
it's the spirit of the forest.
守るお国も人も
Sorry, something about the animation style just feels very reminiscent of Princess Mononoke for me, for some reason.
だってそれがバーン様の王に生まれたものの運命だから。でもね、本当はお優しい
And
お
yet,
方なんだ。
Falcon in the TV show was born first and went off to prove himself to be king first. And failed, of course, but...
あれ、王様じゃん。いやいや、可愛い子ちゃんと一緒じゃねえのか。
いつまで経っても慣れねえやつだな。
しょうがないっすよ。王様なんすから。
Yeah, but unlike before, she's not, like, thinking about anyone back home except for maybe her friend who she told to fuck off. Ah, the Dragon Slayers. Jajuka, that was the name. Sorry, I just couldn't remember it.
どうだいシスター、中の様子は。
はい、見えます。右舷最下層。厩舎の中に
Okay, the Dragon Slayers got a lot weirder.
見えます。
白き衣の女。
ディランドゥ様、この旅の
Unless that's just a Shesta thing.
神をさらうだけでいいんだろう。わかってるよ。でもね、あんなの皆殺しにしちゃえばいいんじゃない？
アバハラキは手だれ揃いであります。ご命令を無視して兵を消耗させることにでもなれば。
ごちゃごちゃ言ってる間に暗くなっちゃうよ。
Okay, it's not Shesta who's getting ass beat by Delandu all the time.
狩りを始めようか。
Sorry, face on, Delandu looks a lot like a character from Hellsing.
トルシナへの到着は遅れるな。
Also, you know, contrary to what I said before, verifies that Delandu and Dune are two different people. I guess the frog people from that one episode where they tried to kidnap Hitomi.
ディランドゥ様、我らが隊は陽動が目的。お忘れなきよう。突撃！ディランドゥ様。
I was gonna say it'd be a lot harder to prove Jajuka's like ultimate undying loyalty to Delandu if we have him beating Jajuka's ass the entire time instead of Shesta. But Shesta and them were loyal to the death too, so I guess whatever.
どうしたの？止まったみたい。
戦が始まってんだ。
Wake up, mole man, because you're in the room too. Yeah, it's kind of the same way he did it with his guy, Malef.
開けろメルルメルル
ひとみ
An old man as useful as he's always been.
平等のみだと申し上げたのに
Ooh, Beastman vision. I guess implying that Delandu goes from following orders to never following orders. I mean, that's what he was in the show. Here, he just never follows orders, I guess. Oh, it's gonna be the leader of the Beastmen guys who's on both sides. Loyal to Falcon and Vaughn.
怪我はないかはい俺のそばから離れるな引けルカスバーン様か
Yeah, there we go.
アドムの里のバーン様かなぜ人の争いに加担する貴様たち一族の掟に外れる行いであろう人が我らを戦いに引き込んだ黒竜族がお前たちの里を我らが里は乱され生き残った者たちも囚われてしまった我ら森の民は戦に長けた一族にはかなわぬ一族の者の命を救うために我らは奴らと取引をしたその娘をさらえば一族の者の命を
It's just giving the Beast people like more of a backstory.
その娘をこの娘は渡せない引けルクスお前とは戦いたくないバーン様
That's a shame. It very much looked like he didn't want to do it, and he was like regretting what he was going to have to do.
ああ外れちゃったよでもいっか役立たず一匹死んじゃっただけだしねジャージュか女だけさらえばいいんだろあっちはいらないよね好きにしていいだろ
Rubbing his face like he's already got the scar. I'm assuming they're going to give him a scar again, too. And they've drawn him in such a way that I anticipate the Celeste thing is also going to happen. Fuck damn.
展開奴は魔導力を使う距離を取れ
Yeah, I mean, he charged through a horse and it blew up.
アバハラキにいたんだ忘れてたよそうかお前が噂の竜かい
Red armor, though. Still on theme.
瞳俺の背に回れ
Hard to do if you keep moving.
ああやだねずぶ濡れじゃないか僕は雨が嫌いさ憂鬱になるんだ
I used to love the rain until my window had to be open all the
僕の
time.
家が死んじゃったんだよ間抜けさ死ぬなんてね強ければ死ぬわけないんだよさあ
Sorry, is the soldier you killed or the soldier that died back in the other attack? Okay, resistant to the... whatever the fuck this is. This is some Skyrim level shit that's going on here. Yeah, I mean, not that surprising, because one of the first shots here was him flying, so we already knew he could do it.
白い翼。
Yeah, I mean, it's better that you give us her point of view. Because she's the one that would be surprised.
バン。
怪我はないか。
うん、大丈夫。ありがとう、バン。
少し揺れる。しっかり捕まっていろ。
Very much a Superman flying with Lois in that in the movie for the first time moment. What part of that was rough?
バン、どうしたの、バン。翼が。バン。
I think that would eat up like a lot of metabolism. Having to regrow wings all the time.
ダメ。止まって。これ以上流れないで。バン、しっかりして。目を覚まして。誰か。誰かいませんか。誰か。誰か助けて。
Legitimately, only the closest people around that you know of is Delondu and them up on the cliff. Jujuka.
その若者を解放してやるがよい。死こそそのものの望み。死こそ安息。
I know a guy who just got speared.
悲しみは己が消え去らぬ限り終わりはしない。
死を望んでる。どうしてそんなに辛いの。そんなに苦しいの。どうして一人で苦しみを背負おうとするの。バンは一人なんかじゃない。私はバンに生きてほしいの。私バンのそばにいます。バーンが一人じゃないって気づくまで、バーンの悲しみが消えるまで、私がそばにいてあげます。そう。
I mean, it's a real wishy-washy scenario that we're in.
私信じたい。
You know, when Vaughn first saw Hitomi here, he's like, I will guard you and I will kill your enemies.
空が私たちに見えると思います。
Hitomi Vaughn rescues Hitomi once. She's 100% down on to create a new future for this guy. Oh, is Dune going to be the Dornkirk now? Or is that Vulcan again? That's Vulcan, never mind. I guess we just have the Force now.
山犬どもと荒野でさまよっていたお前を拾い上げたのは誰だ。お前に流撃体を与えたのは誰だ。
オルケン様。
It never makes much sense to do this shit. I was like, yeah, he attacked you. Yeah, it makes more sense to kill him. Oh, so we're making Delondu one of the dragons now.
ディランド、お前が望むなら新しき力を与えよ。竜族の末裔にふさわしき力を。
僕は力が欲しい。
Like I said, if you recognize that he is like super powerful and you need him as like a pawn, then don't make him weaker by like injuring him and breaking him. Also, I guess we can't be doing that Celeste thing if Alan isn't one of the Dragonborn.
ドライデンの若旦那に知らせろ。鎧が上がったってな。
Okay, Dryden is the thing.
まったく、見れば見るほど不気味な姿だよ。
Is that a different one, or is that the actual Escaflowne?
ドライデンからの使いがそう言ってます。瞳とバーンの行方はまだわからないのか。ええ。ポルケンはトルシナに向かうだろう。急がねばならん。
あの二人はきっと生きてると思うよ。バーンは瞳を連れてトル
I
シナ
guess
に必ず
Falcon is the Dornkirk. Because it seems like he's in control of like a wandering dragon clan, Black Dragon clan, and there is no Zybok. Then again, I did say like 10, 20 minutes ago there was gonna be no Dryden. And we got a Dryden.
お口に合いましたか。
はい、ごちそうさまでした。
お召し物は汚れを取らせておりますので、今しばらくお待ちを。
ご親切にしていただいて、なんてお礼を言っていいか。
このアドムの里は何人も拒みませぬ。
バーンに会えますか？
まだしばらくお目覚めになりません。
Well, they said Vaughn was from Adam, so I'm assuming Adam is the Familia stand-in. Although it's completely different. This is more reminiscent of Freed, actually.
ご安心召され、間は払った。しかし、傷口が塞がるのにはもうしばらくかかるであろう。それまでそなたもこの里で過ごす。
I mean, fair. Gets threw a knife into his leg, and there was no bandage for like any time after that. So clearly, he just heals fast.
バーン様がお出になられるぞ。
Is Merle gonna still fight in competition to make Vaughn hers instead of Hitomi?
俺の国を滅ぼしたのは実の兄デューン。
Okay, so... Okay, Dune is Falcon. Got it. There we go. That answers that.
俺の国では王に子が生まれた時、占いにより世継ぎを決める。兄者には現れず、俺に王の印が現れた。
それだけの理由で。
国を滅ぼした兄を倒すことだけが一人生き残った俺の生きてる理由だから。
Yes, if we're really trying to be serious,
何をしたらいいか。
then we just completely lose any character named Bulgus. This also looks like the forest where the show ended.
傷つけられて生きるなんて辛いよね。私、生きてることの意味が分かんなくなっちゃった。だから消えちゃいたかった。私もバーンと同じだね。だからね、私、バーンのそばにいてもいいかな。私。
I mean, it seems very doubtful she's ever gonna go back to Earth, like she did twice in the TV show. Because we established really hard at the very beginning, she didn't want to be there at all. Drop pods for an invasion. See, this looks like Astoria. Oh my god. That is my That's my thing from the videos. Anytime I'm talking and there's nothing to show on screen, I've been using that. You know, just the last video that I edited, I was like, did that ever happen in the show? Boom. That is hilarious. Acre, I guess. So no Zybok, but one floating fortress city that is so much better than the ones in the show. Though I do prefer the floating fortresses from the show to the ships that they have here.
お二人に竜のご加護のあらんことを。
お姉様、必ず帰っていらしてくださいね。ねるるお姉様によろしくね。またご一緒にお茶を立ってね。
ありがとうみんな。
They really needed a scene where she was interacting with the kids. The kids are adorable, but I wish they had an actual connection to Hitome. The way they prolonged the goodbye there. Definitely think that village is getting burned to the ground before this is over. Cool shot, too, by the way. So this would be the quarry that they get their stuff from, too. Sorry, I must have talked over when Alan got captured. No, it's one of the cat girls that was in love with Falcon. I think that's supposed to be. There we go, yep. There's two of them. Has to be them then. That must be Dryden. They haven't gone as hardcore on changing everything as they did in Rayearth, so I appreciate that much at least. And having these two be with Dryden kind of makes a lot more sense. If that is true, what I said is true.
竜に翼現れるとき、人の思いが空をかける。
ねえバン、私この歌。
よう、旅の人、俺たちの歌気に入ったかい？本当はもっと景気のいいのをやりたいんだ。
Yeah, like I said, Dryden, clearly.
見ての通り、街中しけた黒い兵隊さんでいっぱい。活気も何もあったもんじゃねえんだな。
ドライデンと会いたい。
ドライデン？知らねえな。
この店の主人のドライデンだ。
あんたたち黒竜兵の回しもんじゃねえんだろうな。
違う。アバハラキのアレンと会うために来た。
おいおい、物騒な名を出すんじゃねえよ。アバハラキといや黒竜族の。
So instead of being so instead of being like the master merchant and the son of that other guy, he's like the Londo Calrissian of Gaia. Now there's Getz. Well, that's we'll learn now, but you know, Getz do the thing.
地底湖から引き上げられた鎧は魔導士たちが復活の儀式を始めている。奴らが新たな鎧を蘇らせるのも時間の問題だな。
そんなものが出てきた日には手の打ちようがねえ。トルシナごと俺たちは皆殺しだ。我々に残された手立てはエスカフローネしかない。
翼の神にお願いしてみる?
Okay, so now it's just gonna be two Ipsano armors.
おお、ガダラサライの歌の通りですな。翼の神は竜の鎧を蘇らせ、ガイアを新たな世界へ導く。
I guess the least you could have done is put it in song form, since you said it's from a song.
竜の鎧は地上のすべてを焼き払い消し去る。竜の鎧は古代ガイア界を滅ぼした。
A happy song.
エスカフローネは翼の神が呼び起こすもの。 あんたはこのガイアを滅ぼしに現れたのかい？
Kind of funny, he's got green glasses. So the tint makes his eyes green, and she's got naturally green eyes.
鎧の復活を急がせろ。
新しき鎧。
Again, I'm betting that's his mother. Because she looks like, you know, the character from the show.
翼の神はこの地に来ておるか？
はい。
翼の神を我が元へ呼び寄せる。力を貸せ。
ご自由に。
I mean, she's clearly a prisoner as well, so I'm assuming he took his mother prisoner. Okay, the sorcerers this time are more like the Ipsano engineers from the show. Wait, is that like a giant in the armor? No, that's Delandu. Sorry. I thought that was the hand of the Escaflowne.
チェスター、宗師様からの連絡は？
まだ何も。
ディランドゥ様にもしものことがあれば、魔導士どもはすべて殺す。
Okay, they're still as loyal as before, though. Horrible that they cut his skull open now. Mess with his brain, though.
何の音だ？立て子からか？
バーン様。
なんだ、メルル。
バーン様。なんだかお優しい目をなさるようになりましたね。
そうか。
そうです。私にはわかります。
I thought he was carving something.
メルル。
I almost thought he was carving swords. Not swords, knives.
本当ですか？
ああ、これで全て終わる。そうすれば俺も。
あんたはこのガイアを滅ぼしに現れたのかい？
I guess Atlanteans aren't a thing here. Dornkirk isn't a thing. Cybok's not a thing. And her powers to predict the future also aren't a thing. Watch, instantly about to be proven wrong.
翼の神よ。ガイアに滅びの道を与えたまえ。ガイアの悲しみを消し去るため。すべてに終わりよ。
私、そんなことできない。
No, the answer is old age.
この世の悲しみを消して。フォルケン様を。
Choose the form of the destroyer.
呼んでるんだ。
バン、瞳がいないの。
瞳が？
So, again, not vision of the future, but she's still having visions at the very least.
気が流れてる。フォルケンか。
It's a good soundtrack. Do like that. As opposed to every other show we react to on this channel where I say, I'm not a big fan of the music. I do like this. This is good.
あれだ。
この時を私は長き日待ちわびた。
フォルケンさんでしょ。
I met you back on the football field.
終わらせるため、この私にエスカフローネを与えたまえ。
いや、
瞳。
あなたは望んでいる世界の終わりを。
そんなことない。私。
Yeah, why did you even guess that?
違う。このガイアに舞い降りたことこそ私に共鳴
Oh,
した。
there you go. That's true. In her depression on Earth.
さあ、思いを遂げよ
God, it is cool armor, though.
あなたはバンを殺そうとしてる。
Oh, great. Glad you gave us the crazy eyes for half a second.
またお前は奪うというのか。この私から。
Is he doing like the Luke Skywalker projected image thing? Yes, he is. That's exactly what he was doing.
何？
Well, there's the answer to what was that sound. Now, is it Falcon doing it to them, or are they doing it to Falcon?
いいじゃないか。体
ま
が
ドワンドゥ。
出てきやがった。ガイアの運命が動き始める。滅びるのか生き残るのか。あの翼の神はどっちを選ぶかな。
そこにいたんだ。
I definitely prefer the Gaimalefs from the TV show to this.
僕にも羽があるんだよ、バン。
叩き落とせ。
But if they're trying to hide, how do they come here with their whole, ship thing?
私に近づかないで。逃げて。カスどもが。
Okay, summoning back the Escaflowne. Good craftsmanship there, mole man.
Escaflowne.
So I guess my thing is that I don't know what Hitomi's actual purpose here is. Why is she tied to the Escaflowne? Because obviously that's why Falcon brought her here, but why is she tied to it?
あの鎧は倒せる。
私嫌なの。お願いだから。
瞳、俺には翼の神がいる。
Also, Vaughn has literally no training in the Escaflowne. Like, remember the first time in the TV show, he just kind of stumbles around in it? Is that like... Is that just a guess? Is it like a legend that the Escaflowne takes your blood? How does he know?
Escaflowneがバーンの血を。
I guess it's a better explanation for when the Escaflowne gets hurt, Vaughn gets hurt, than the show had. Again, I still think I prefer the show vision of it than the show version of it than this. Here's hoping you weren't living downstairs.
あれが噂の竜かい。
何してるの？危ないから離れて。でもバーンが。
Okay, we're still working with the white stuff. There's the idea that the Extendo sword is weaker because it's got all the parts in the middle of it that can break.
あなたが呼び出したんでしょ。信じるしかないよ。あの子が世界を滅ぼさないってね。
I mean, technically, she was just there, and it floated up, and Hitomi really has no agency in this movie. Something feels weird about this animation. Like it's not moving at the right speed or something of everything else around it. I mean, it's on theme for Dolandu to have the fire, so. Okay, I guess I was wrong about that being the mom. That's just somebody else, I guess. Is that supposed to be Balgus or his dad? Come on, Delando, you just do that with your fingers and you got him. Always this weird thing where they just like stop fighting to take hits. Keep fighting, do your finger thing. Alright, Vaughn in bloodthirst mode. So Hitomi's gonna have to stop him. There's no plot thing to save Delandu this time. Unless Juka comes out. Okay, the thing from the second fight. He ripped those things out of his neck pretty easily. Ironically, it's the Black Dragon. So why is this city like in the middle of a absolutely desolate desert? Yeah, not helpful that your entire city is up there too. That city should be a lightning rod. Oh, drifting away.
私ではなくバーンと共鳴したか。それもいい。我が弟がこのガイアを消し去る。
そうでしょうか。翼の神の波動を感じます。
Yeah, I mean, she refused to choose, right?
神の強き思いが竜に向かっています。
思い。
思いは世を変える力を持つと伝えられております。
思いの源は怒りと憎しみ。世を変えるのではない。消し去るのだ。それをわからんか。だから滅びたのだ。
I guess he could have done that.
おかわいそうなフォルケン様。
I mean, you could have done that. You could have tortured Hitomi in her time here. And thus her desire to leave anywhere, like she was on Earth, could cause that desire for the annihilation. But we haven't done that. And now Hitomi has, like, an attachment to Vaughn. So that attachment to Vaughn is what's going to lead her to try and save everyone. I feel like Vulcan only brought her here because he found a suicidal girl on Earth and was like, that's the destroyer. You know, much like the show, she's going to have to pull him out of it. But I doubt we're going to get a vision of Atlantis or anything. And once again, another slight to Merle, right? Merle didn't run out there. But Merle and him have spent all their life together, right? No connection to that friendship or relationship. Oh, did Vaughn have a vision of her when he was that same age? You know, like, she had the vision of him on the subway, or near the subway, or whatever. I mean, spoiler alert here. You're not alone if you're talking to somebody. You guys attached really quick. And again, you're of that age. And I'm like 2.5 times that age now, so maybe I'm just like unable to feel that way anymore. So I'm all the negative, none of the positive.
Escaflowne.
翼は思う人の元へ行く力がある。
私も一緒だよ、バーン。
竜の呪いは翼を追え、フォルケン様の元へ向かっています。
I don't know why. I mean, to be fair, we don't ever really establish why the Escaflowne can transform in the original either. True, but we know that your plan is to have the Escaflowne destroy the planet, so Sora leaving to go anywhere would just be to wait somewhere else. Yeah, see.
私はここに残ります。フォルケン様の死を見届けるために。
Ah, snap, burn!
そう、私は死ぬ。この世界を消し去り、共に消える。
Okay, he's got like a real owl man thing going. Destroying all of reality is the only choice that really matters. and the only one that proves that he is himself, Owlman. I mean, I gotta say, the Black Dragon Clan has a much better capital than Zybok did. Zybok's got the cooler name, though. Should have put the moon behind that real Batman scene. Like I said, Vaughn must have some, like, regeneration powers, because otherwise he should have marks up and down his neck. Take it from somebody who knows. Jesus.
あなたの悲しみはこの俺が受ける。そのためにこの地へ来た。
ふざけたこと。
I guess, to be fair, Falcon is just more powerful at that, considering the fight with Delandu. Delandu and Vaughn versus Falcon and Delandu.
私の悲しみの源こそお前なのだ、バーン。お前をこの手で殺すことこそ私の思いの全てだった。
Well, then stop mind bulleting him.
竜族の王として私と戦え。
嫌だ。俺はもう戦わない。
ならばここで死ね。
Movie Vaughn got there all on his own. Well, to be fair, movie Falcon wasn't going to help him get there. Oh, is Wind Goddess going to be totally immune to the psychic wind power thing? I guess not. Guess I guessed that one wrong.
私は大丈夫だから。かわいそうな人。私もそうだった。人の痛みも悲しみもわからなかった。自分だけが一人だって思ってた。
だからこの地へ来た。私の呼びかけに応えて。
今は違うわ。あなたにはわからないの。
I don't know why he hid himself under robes.
バーンの苦しみが。バーンの悲しみを生んだのはあなたよ。
そう。この世は悲しみで満ちている。その運命の輪を断ち切るには滅びしかない。
It just, his point of view just kind of comes from nowhere. It's not well established.
あなたはフォルケン様。今こそ我が思い果たさせていただきます。
Okay. Is this because of Jijaku's loyalty to Delandu and what Falcon did to Delandu? No, it's for his people. Okay. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say I didn't get stabbed in the chest. And much like the show, the finality of this movie feels like it's really rushed on some points. Because we're in a weird spot here where I feel like to care about what's happening here, you have to care about the characters from the TV show. And then kind of like translate what you know about them to this here. Also, I think she's really the Wind goddess.
翼でこの忌まわしき城から飛び去りなさい。
あなたは。
私はフォルケン様のおそばにおります。
So she's kind of like a new character and the cat girls from before. I guess Vulcan was just holding up the entire city with his own mind. One thing, Vaughn can fly. Second thing, Hitome teleported here, technically. There was nothing she couldn't teleport again. Okay, there we go. I was about to ask for a second. The music and the feathers, if the idea that Vaughn went back to Earth with Hitome, like a real reversal of the show. I was just about to say Delandu is still around.
今度はどこへ行こうか。戦場なんてどこにでもあるしね。
The other Celeste and everything? Yep. Sorry, I keep saying Celeste. I meant Shesta. Oh, good. The Dragon Slayers or Dragon Riders this time got to live. Oh, I say good. I don't know if it's actually good. Delandu is still kind of crazy in this world, it seems. Not as crazy, and not Alan's sister. Merle with kids. Merle was really a victim of this show. He had like one desire, to be with Vaughn. Both times denied. All they have to do now is not send her back to Earth. I won't say it's a perfect movie, but I will say that it will make it entirely acceptable of a movie. As long as you want.
お前を呼び戻すまで。それまで俺はお前のそばにいる。
ありがとう。ずっと一緒だよね、私たち。
It'd be a real kick in the ass right now if she starts getting teleported away right now. That's my worry, is that she's going to be teleported back before the end of the movie. Sora's? Is that Sora's? Yeah, Sora's. So I'm sorry. I don't know why I said it 3 times. You better not be fucking teleporting her back. Just be implying that she's part dragon or something. Son of a bitch, I said there was one thing! I fucking hate these endings. I'm less emotional about it because this is like an hour and a half versus 26 episodes of the TV show. I mean, maybe it's arguably even worse here because she has nothing to go back to. Like, her best friend on Earth is legitimately like, fuck off, and she fucks off, and it's like, okay. And she gave up track. Oh, Gaia disappears. Because, that was said in the show, too. Not Gaia, the Mystic Moon disappeared. Because they said in the show, the Mystic Moon isn't always visible, and it's really weird that it is now, and you're from that Mystic Moon. So, legitimately, the last words will always be together. And unlike the implication in the TV show, where I have no idea if Vaughn is actually visiting and not visiting, or if it's just like a vision in her head, this just seems to imply, I went to a place that was only available for a short time and was never available again. Like the idea that she can never go back. I mean, I guess to be fair, in the TV show, she leaves the gem with Vaughn, and she never really got the gem here because it, like, breaks away from her to form the Escaflowne. At the same time, this felt like a real short, like, obviously it's an hour and a half, but I mean, it's a shorter amount of time spent with the characters. So, like, the 26 episodes that she spent on the show isn't just the runtime of the show. There's, like, time jumps between episodes and whatnot, right? Whereas this kind of just felt like 5 days, like a week, maybe? She's, like, I could count, like, the days and nights if I wanted to. But she just spent, like, a couple of days with mostly Vaughn. Like, there was no Alan relationship thing, or... I really hate the ending song that says someday we'll meet again. We'll surely meet again and be together, when the implication surely is not. Oh, Sora had a song named Sora, and another song named Sora something. Probably Sora and Sora Reprieve or something. Sorry, there's an element in here, I'm gonna go on a swift tangent here in the credits. There was a Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode where they find a planet that shifts into our reality every, 100 years. And one of the main characters decides, I fell in love with a guy from there, and I'm gonna go there when the planet shifts back into whatever reality it is. And of course that doesn't work out, because you're not gonna lose a main character to that kind of plot line. But still, she fell in love with a guy, and then really wanted to stay, and through, sci-fi technobabble, could not stay with him. So she's left in our reality, pining for a guy that she will not see again in her lifetime. That's what I'm feeling here. For all you Star Trek lovers out there. Deep Space Nine, I believe. I didn't say that. Really? Damn it. Here's the thing. I thought there was going to be an after credits thing because I'm just so used to the show and everything, right? And the show, not for nothing, did its credits with a bunch of visuals. I think all the goodbye scenes happened during the credits. And then technically the after credits would be the more adult Hitomi. Like, she was still carrying her track bag and everything, but she looked more visually like she did in this movie than she did for the rest of the show, so I assume she was more adult. Seeing, just a landscape, and then we see a vision of her looking at what seems to be Vaughn, and then we look back at her, and then look back at the landscape, and there's no Vaughn. That kind of thing, after the credits. Here, it's just the lyrics of the song implying that someday we'll meet again, which is great, but that's like such a bittersweet note to me that it doesn't make me hopeful for anything. It makes me sad. I think I whinged is, sounds worse. I was sad about it, and I complained out of sadness, when me and Griffin were watching Mushoku Tensei, during the arc where they're visiting, what are they? The Beast Persons. I can't remember what they're called in the show. Their village, and they make long-lasting connections with the family there, and they exchange figurines, and then they go to leave, and I'm like getting real sad because travel in Washoku Tensei would imply essentially that when you leave people behind, you're probably not going to see them again for they're going to be adults now, like the next time you see them, because that's how long it's going to take to travel anywhere. That we went on an adventure and we're never going to see these people again, or if we are, it's going to be an element like Alan's dad in the TV show, right? He meets this girl, he kind of falls in love, they do their thing, and then she goes off and lives the rest of her life never to see him again. Same for him. And that is sad. That is just hits me. I hate that shit. I get it. It's real true to life and whatnot, but it's too sad. It's more sad to me than watching people die on screen because, well, for one, they're still alive, right? That's an emotional weight that they have to then go on to carry versus, people dying or they're dead. Ours is the weight that gets put on. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. This was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. Maybe would have enjoyed it slightly more. No, I can't say that. I was gonna say maybe enjoy it slightly more if I haven't watched the TV show. But I don't think I would have had any of the context without having watched the show. So I think it's necessary to watch the show first, only to understand better what's going on in the movie. Even though the movie has next to nothing to do with the show. I will say, this is better than Magic Knight Rayearth. The Magic Knight Rayearth OVA was so disconnected from the show that I couldn't even, figure out most of what was happening there on the foreknowledge of the show. But I think that's just true both ways. I think Vision of Escaflowne is better than Magic Knight Rayearth of the TV show, and I would say the movie Escaflowne is better than the Rayearth OVA. That's just my opinion. TV Falcon better than better than movie Falcon. Don't know why they decided to call him Dune and then Falcon in the movie. I guess maybe that's something out of a light novel or the manga. Yeah, I mean, sorry, there's no real deep thoughts I have about any of this. It was just the enjoyment of trying to connect things based on what I saw from the show, and then make guesses about what was going to happen based on, again, the show. I guess Dornkirk wasn't that big of a thing that they decided not to bring him into this. To be fair, he didn't really have that much of a pull on the show, because, if we're not doing Dornkirk, and we're not doing Alan's dad, then we don't really need much of the Earth stuff. And if we're not doing most of Alan's stuff, like Astoria, not present, so cut all of that out immediately. And again, not doing his dad, not doing his sister, not doing the love story with, not doing the love story with Atome either. We decided we were going to pluck Alan out, and then we separated all of his ties except for Malerna and put him in. I guess they could have still connected him to Delandu, but given how much they don't explain a lot of stuff, I guess they could have still done it, but they decided it wouldn't make any sense. Especially because they decided to also let Delandu survive at the end anyway. I guess this just kind of falls into legend mythos, right? If you imagine this happened 1,000 years ago, Hitomi is just somebody from 1,000 years ago in Japan. This happens to her. She goes on this mystical journey. Because none of this involved any of her knowledge about the present. She didn't have to be from the present. And then you do a second Vision of Escaflowne movie, or an Escaflowne movie part 2, and you have Hitomi's descendant who may have heard these stories about, her great grandmother or whatever, however far back, and then goes to visit that world. And hell, you could do a whole thing where like the time is different. That she meets Vaughn, falls in love with Vaughn again, or not again. You know what I'm saying? I could just see so many different ways to roll this out, and I don't know why, because that's the thing now is that this is it. There is no more Escaflowne after this, and just, unlike Ray Earth, which had a little thing about I don't know if it was a reboot or just a redrawn thing coming out. There's nothing for Escaflowne on the horizon as far as I know. Sorry, I'm going blank here, just trying to think of everything before I finally wrap up. Because overall, I really did enjoy this. Again, I'm shocked that when I was talking to Rafferty, and you might remember Rafferty from Robot Carnival, 2 episodes of Get a Robo, 2 episodes of Legend of Galactic Hero Dino Thieves, Rujin Z, I believe he was also in. Oh, and Riding Bean on this channel. We did reactions to those with him. He told me that Vision of Escaflowne was bad. And granted, he didn't like a lot of the stuff that I recommended that we watched either, so quite clearly his taste is not aligned with the channel's tastes, so don't know what to say about that. He said it was bad, and I mean, maybe from some perspective, but I actually really enjoyed this. This was a good show. I guess I just gotta put it up there with, 2 things. One, this is one of the Fail Fisher recommendations, obviously, because this is part of something we here on the channel called the Fail Fisher Rundown. Don't know why I'm air quoting that. That's what it's called. Where Fail Fisher has recommended a number of things before, and every so often when we finish one, we pull another one out. Or I look at the current list of recommendations, I pull 10 of them out, and then you guys vote. And this is one of the recent, 26 weeks ago, recent winners of those polls. And it seems like a lot of the times, Fail Fisher either pulls out something of anime historical significance, like Voltace 5, or a 90s anime. Like this, well, technically this is a 2000s movie, but Visions of Escaflowne was a 90s anime. And there's just something about 90s anime I really like. Now, granted, in a conversation I had with Ray, who I am doing a Record of the Lodos War reactions with, I had a debate about if 90s was the golden age of anime. It was either 90s or 80s. I think it was 80s, where I disagreed, and I know a specific commenter has pointed out that they think that is the golden age of anime. I would say we're living in the golden age of anime. You have a glut of choices of really high quality stuff mixed in with like B tier and D tier stuff. You could not have a wider selection of things to watch than right now. A wide ranging differences in writing quality as well, not just visual smorgasbord. But there is such a lot of good stuff in the 90s too. So I guess I just have a lot of pull towards it. And I'm probably at some point going to be watching somebody else's reaction to Escaflowne now that I have watched it. And I'll feel more strongly watching somebody else react to it than I have shown. Stone-faced reactions is the name of the channel. Like, an example, we watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood here on the channel, and I was flippant the entire way through to the point that nobody wanted to watch it. And now I'm watching somebody else watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I'm getting like teared up and annoyed that they're not watching the end credits with I don't remember the name of the song. Let it all out, let it all out, because they got to the Winry storyline with Winry and Scar, and it is literally the song. It works so perfectly for when she's pointing the gun at Scar and crying, and the song starts saying "Let it all out," and you realize, oh god, the song was about Winry. Sorry, I realize I'm rambling now. I'm just trying to make sure that there's absolutely nothing I want left to say about Escaflowne. And yeah, this isn't going to be the last recording. Technically, I will come back with rankings and everything at a future date. I just want to make sure now, while it's all present in my head. And I know, even though I'm saying this a dozen times and I'm rambling on, there is going to be something. The moment I hit stop recording, something's going to come to my head. But yeah, to be fair, nothing's coming to my head right now. So I apologize if I've left something on the table that one of you wishes that I would have said. As always, comment down below. It doesn't matter if this is like a year from now, 2 years from now. I'm still reading comments people post, and sometimes actually typing back my thoughts about them. So, just because this is an old video, the only way that I'm not reading them is if I'm dead. And to be fair, I have no control over that. So, that said, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?